This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning.
I don't know about you guys, but right now I feel like I am drinking water all the time. I am rushing over to grab lotion, get the hands going. Maybe you're doing the chapstick thing. We got a lot of dry air. And as we're talking about air and talking about the home, we need to bring in our crew from Coastal Comfort. This is Lacey Coleman, CEO. And Lacey, before we started, you were just chatting about this. All this air being so dry, it really affects people every day. It affects what's going on in the home, and the HVAC systems have a little bit to do with that.
Absolutely. So in these really cold temperatures that we have, we're relying on our heating systems to help keep us comfortable in our homes. As a side effect with the heat pump running or the gas furnace running all the time and introducing heat in the space, it's making the air feel much drier. So some side effects of that, like you said, dry skin, dry hands, you're trying to moisturize more frequently, trying to drink a lot more water to kind of compensate for that. Also static, touching something and you get a little bit of a shock. And then sometimes if it's really, really low humidity, really dry in the home, it can actually start affecting the furniture as well.
Is there anything people can do that makes a difference on this front?
Yeah, having a humidifier installed on your central heating and air conditioning can help reintroduce some moisture in the air, and that will help your comfort levels, maybe your dry skin. And then having a humidifier installed on your system will help alleviate a lot of those issues and try to help balance it out to a more normal level.
I think what you just said is something that we should pause and focus on for a second, because maybe there's a lot of people more educated out there than me on this one. I didn't even know that was a thing you could do. Now I know little humidifier, stick it in the corner, maybe helps one room or something. This is something you can do on a larger scale.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the summertime, we have a lot of humid around here. So I think customers are really more familiar with the fact that we can install dehumidifiers on the system to help pull it out. But in the wintertime, we actually have the opposite problem. We're still running a lot of heat, so we have a lot drier. But yes, we can install a humidifier on the system, and that will help with the comfort level as well. And then also just the air quality. We're spending a lot more time inside with our families when it's really cold. I'm not personally, someone that loves to go outside and spend a lot of time when it's cold. So, windows are shut, the doors are shut. We're not spending as much time outside. So the indoor air quality tends to be, not as great in the winter time. We're spending a lot more time kind of breathing this stale, stagnant air. I know a lot on social media, the first 70-degree day, people are like, let's open up the houses, and absolutely
get out there.
But there are options to help, with your indoor air quality, having enhanced filtration or an air purifier installed, again, on your HVAC system. So it's filtrating and treating the air for the whole home. So we can do a whole home humidifier as well as the air purifiers as well.
So if somebody's looking into this, they're looking at their system, it's a pretty typical, it's not souped up, it's doing fine, but it doesn't have any of the bells and whistles, and they're like, maybe it is time. How do they begin that kind of conversation? Is it reaching out to you guys right away? What should they be looking at if they're interested in taking the first step?
Yeah, absolutely. They can reach out to our office, either visit us online, on website, social media, give us a call, and kind of explain their concerns to, the CSR, whoever, answers the phone, say, hey, I'm experiencing, some really a dry home. I, worried about my indoor air quality, the air that we're breathing, may have health issues that maybe want to address with, enhancing the air. And then from there, we would assign, one of our advisors, one of our technicians to come out and kind of look at the whole home, look at the equipment to make sure that it's feasible. There's enough space to kind of add on an additional piece of equipment, and then they'll discuss different options that are available and then pricing as well.
Well, fantastic. So just reach out, kind of check out, have a conversation, start a dialogue, and see what makes sense for which group.
Yeah, every day our job is to present solutions. So if you have a problem, you let us know what it is, and then we'll come out, take a look at it, present some different solutions, and hopefully help you be on your way to comfort.
We might need a little humidifier in here. I'm feeling my lips a little chapped. I could use a little water.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on the couch today. I think that's some really useful information, especially this time of year.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Well, we are going to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We have more Coast Life coming up right after this.